Now, quickly, I'll break this down. Fear of loss is a system that is used to cause people to feel like they have to get what everyone else is getting, or they have to do what everyone else is doing. So they use terminology like, oh, everyone is doing it. And so it plants this seed that you're not cool enough if you're not doing what everyone else is doing. And it's sad that as parents, most of us are teaching our children not to follow anyone else, but yet that is exactly what you as a parent is doing if you're copying what other people are doing as well. So you think your children don't notice this, but they do. Okay? Now, urgency is basically a system that's used to make you feel like, oh my God, you must get this now. You must get this now. Like the urgent action needs to be taken so that you can benefit just like everyone else is. So it's like they simultaneously use all of these strategies to cause you to feel like if you don't do exactly what they're saying, you are not going to be a part of that massive group of people who are now trending because everyone else is following what this person has done. Now, most of the time they use a celebrity to cause you to feel like, oh, well, if that celebrity is doing it, then it must be cool. That's where you go wrong right there, because most of the celebrities already have an idea that they're being used to trick you. They already know this. Like most of you that's posting about Beyonce and talking about the Orishas and how, you know, you're correlating Beyonce with the Orishas and things like that. That is marketing strategies 101. They are using her to manipulate you so-called conscious people, to believe that she's awake when she's not. She's only aware of her position to be used. That's what she's aware of. And so, yes, they do have to learn certain forms of consciousness to be in tune, because they already admit that they get possessed, to be in harmony with certain systematic oppressive type of behaviors to manipulate the people. And so, yes, they have to learn about them, but it doesn't mean that they are actually a part of what you think they're a part of. They're actually just doing it to get your money, or to get your, to get you to talk about them more. In which I normally don't like to talk about them as much, because this also gives them attention. But at the same time, I had to put that out there because it's getting boring. These people do not care about you at all. So to keep using them as your go-to to validate where you are in your life, you are part of the problem. You're part of this trend that will die off eventually. And then you'll find yourself trying to figure out where do you stand from there. Okay. Now, the G stands for greed factor. Once again, everybody's doing it. So it causes you to feel like, okay, well, if everyone else is doing it, most people do suffer from a greedy, consciousness, or a greedy characteristic. Okay. Being greedy is more so just, you feel like you have to have what other people have, period. You don't even think logically about what it is. You just feel like you have to have it. It could be ice cream. It could be a hairstyle. It could be a certain outfit. It could be the fact that a certain color is trending this year, and you feel like, oh, well, everyone else is doing it, so I have to have what everyone else is doing, or have to have what everyone else has. Okay. And then indifference. Their system to be indifferent, like they don't care about what you choose to do, is bullshit, because they do care. This is all to play on your psyche, to make you think that they don't care what you decide to do, yet they constantly promote the same systems again and again, because it's called law of averages. They know eventually most of you will definitely give in and buy into the bullshit that they know they're presenting to you. It's just, marketing 101. Okay, so once again, these marketing strategies are producing trends, and the people who have the lack of ability to think for themselves, they fall victim to the psychological programming of the mind to make you feel less than enough. And then you wonder why, as women, sisters, gods and goddesses and queens and kings, mainly you as women, us as women, we fall victim to the marketing more than men, because we buy for the home. So we want our children to look good. We want to look good. We buy the gifts, throughout the year, or it's just always something that we're taking care of in the home. We decorate the home. So it's catered to or targeting women in general. Okay. So you got to keep that in mind. And keep in mind, I share these marketing systems to alarm us as women to pay attention to how they play into your own insecurities. Yet at the same time, I don't want to sell myself short by allowing you to learn from this, but at the same time, you're not really grasping why I'm doing this. This is not for any gratification just for me. I want all women to understand that until we learn this and apply it, we're going to be in this position for a long time. And this is part of the divine feminine, is to master self in a way where we cannot be manipulated by anything or anyone. And anything or anyone simply does mean the masses, the social media, men, the people who run the government, the people who run the systems that oppress us to feel the way that we feel. And most of the time it is men. It is men. And they benefit from our insecurity. So keep that in mind. And then number 6, know that standing out or being your authentic self is a superpower, while following the trends is a weakness. I will repeat that again. Know that standing out or being your authentic self is a superpower, while following the trends is a weakness. I'm not even going to explain that. I want you to think about that. And when you do, comment below and just let me know what you think, because I think it's self-explanatory. But most of the time, I get a lot of feedback from those who are afraid to stand out, and they criticize the things that I say, or they keep it to themselves like they know they better. Because if you're not going to come for understanding and you just want to debate, I'm not the right one that you want to have a debate with, because I don't debate, I masturbate. Okay. You could bait me with your little, oh, well, I really like what you said. However, I don't understand this. See, most of you do understand. You're just afraid to understand it and apply it. That's not what consciousness is. Consciousness is not understanding something that you have learned so that you can just sit on it. Consciousness is about applying what you are now aware of. But most of you don't want to apply it because you know it's going to cause you to stand out in a way where, oh, now you don't fit in. I don't give a fuck about fitting in. I don't give a shit about that. I teach my children the same thing. This is why I give a lot of shout outs to Gary Vee, because he does not give a fuck about shit, about fitting in at all. You know, he does his thing, and I'm soon going to be doing the same thing. I just want us as women, especially black women, we're so caught up on this black, white, or black and whatever else issue that we are not focusing our attention on us. Like, what is really causing us to not pay attention to the things that we need to change within ourselves? Even this whole, you know what, I could just go on forever with that. But my point is that it's our responsibility. And so if you want to apply yourself and recognize what your superpower is, be you. Do not copy what has already been copied before. It gets watered down. But if you want to duplicate something that you know will keep you in your authentic self and keep you grounded in who you are, then duplicate that. Duplicate that, because it keeps you free. It keeps you knowing who you are at all times. And that's what my formula also, benefits others as. It is basically a system that allows you to still be you, even though you're duplicating what I've done. You won't be me. And I wouldn't want you to be me, because then you won't be you. So some people get instant gratification when they think that someone else is copying every little thing that they do because it makes them feel good. It feeds their ego. I don't want you to feed my ego. And I'm glad that this strategy that I'm taking is allowing me to see who actually loves what I'm doing for the right reasons, instead of getting a whole bunch of attention for the wrong reasons and then everybody fall off later on because they realize that I've been true the whole time. So I appreciate those who have been rocking with me for a while now. I appreciate you. I love you. Yet, for those who are new to this, I would love for you to basically explore this in a way where you're not having any expectations, because I will switch up so much, still being who I am, but I'm very capable of disappointing you because as soon as I know that you're expecting one thing from me, I will give you another. I will give you something else that you least expect. So life is not about having expectations. You know, you leave yourself open for disappointments. And I will disappoint you quickly if I think that you're expecting something out of me when I'm only going to be me. Okay. And I'm encouraging you to be you. So much love to everyone who takes a listen to this or who takes a moment to listen to this. And I appreciate everyone else who has been watching the other videos or listening to the other videos. Subscribe today. YouTube got us on deck. I do have a backup channel coming up as well, Q the Alchemist. And then that channel, after I have the baby, I will be explaining and exploring some different past situations where I have shown how I have alchemized through them and became who I am today and who I'm becoming in the future. So I look forward to having those different connections with you all, explaining those different things and those stories. There's a lot of levels to who I am, and I want you to be comfortable in being transparent about who you are as well, because your story is so unique that you need to be honest with yourself in order to really be your authentic self around others. So much love to you. Continue having a beautiful day. Be safe, be loving, be you. Peace.